everybody, what's up? It's Sketch God here, and thank you for joining us today on the Fandom Collectibles YouTube channel. For this episode, I'm going to actually go over some stuff that I recently covered in a blog post on our website. 3 tips for newcomers to the original comic art space. When it comes to collecting OA, it can be pretty daunting. You don't have the comfort of a price guide or MSRP, things that normally give you some sort of guiding light or guidepost when it comes to decision making with buying original art. So I'm just gonna go over a few things that you can keep in mind where, at the very least, you'll be happy with what you bring home. So the first tip that I'm gonna give you all out there is to spend money on the specific, look for deals on the general. And what I mean by that is if you have something very, very particular in mind, you want a specific character or artist, or you want work by that artist from a very particular time period, you want it on a specific blank variant from this volume of the character, I can go on and on and on. But the more details you have in mind for what it is that you're looking to purchase, chances are you're gonna have to spend. When it comes down to it, if you're that specific about what you're looking to purchase, chances are there aren't that many art pieces circulating that are gonna meet your criteria. So when you come across something that actually checks most, if not all, of your boxes, it's a unicorn, and you gotta treat it as such. It is a rare specimen, and as a result, don't be surprised if you gotta open up that wallet in order to take that home. So when you have something very, very specific in mind, you gotta spend. On the opposite end of things, if you're just looking for cool flash art, or you want something that has a fantasy vibe or a horror vibe, just general stuff that you kind of have a sense of what you want, but you don't have a character, time period, artist in mind, then instead of pressing the issue and forcing yourself to take something home that you're kind of on the fence about, wait it out. Wait for that right deal, that piece that really speaks to you, and when you pull the trigger on that deal that seemingly comes out of nowhere, you're gonna feel much better because you didn't overspend, you waited until the stars aligned, and you got something that kind of fit those vibes that you were experiencing. So if it's specific, be prepared to spend. If it's really general, you're just looking for something cool that maybe has 1 or 2 check boxes that you would like checked off, wait it out, wait for the right opportunity, and then go for it. Tip number 2, published original art does a better job of retaining its value and potentially increasing in value than commissions. And here's why that's meaningful. Here's why that's something you should pay attention to. If you're really motivated to make a purchase based on vibes, you're just trying to get a cool Man-Thing piece of OA, or you're really into Star Wars, you want anything that has one of the characters featured in the original trilogy, I could go on with examples, you guys get what I'm saying. But if it's something more general and you want to make a purchase, but you're thinking about what the long-term interest in that piece will be, it's always better to go with published OA. When you're talking about commissions are really 2 people's vision, right? It's the person who's paying the artist and the artist, him or herself. And as long as the person paying the artist and the artists are cool with what's there, the piece works, okay? It's an exchange between 2. When you're talking about published original art, this is something that has been read and viewed and thought about by thousands, if not more. So at the end of the day, if you grow tired of that piece and you want to make a move, you want to trade it, put it up for sale, you just want to move on from it. There are so many more people who are going to be familiar with it if it was published. It's just going to be easier for you to make that next deal. Commission works, not so much. I mean, it really has to be a standout, or you have to be giving someone a real deal to ensure that you're going to be able to move on from that piece when the time comes. So with published OA, it's something that is already a part of somebody's visual vocabulary. You know, they've seen the comic or they've seen the promo image that used that art. That's the way to go if it's something more general that you have in mind, in my opinion. My third tip for you all: direct dealings with artists are most likely to lead to good deals, and then also lead to you finding treasures that you never could have imagined, okay? And what I mean by that is when you speak to artists, you get a good sense not only of what's out there, the things that they know were published and sold, but sometimes they or people they know are holding on to stuff that's equally interesting and could potentially be of value. So when you speak to artists directly, you're more likely to get a better price just because there are less people in between. It's a direct deal. And that's when you really hear those cool stories about, you know, things that were not approved by editors, things that never really made it off the drawing board, ideas that never really left those preliminary sketch stages. And that's all material that you might be able to make a play for and end up having it in your collection. So anyhow you can deal with the artists themselves, you're gonna get a better price due to lack of middle people, and you're gonna find out about stuff that you didn't even imagine being there, okay? And sometimes, depending on how you express your interest, what you're willing to pay, that stuff, those unknown treasures, could be the next additions to your PC. And there you have it. 3 tips to help those of you who are just beginning your journey in original art. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that subscribe, and you know, thanks once again for joining us here on Fandam Collectibles. Until next time.